Guys, Isabella here, and today we are just going over our Oden deck list that we used for our EB02 run. So this ended up being the deck I ran for most of the format, as short as it was, but we took it to a treasure cup, and if you saw in that post, we were able to go 5-0 and be able to bring home one of these beautiful pudding cards. Very happy. This was my main goal. I wanted to win something bigger than just the locals, and I was able to do just that with our boy Oden. And if you don't know him, Oden is an EB01 leader, and his effect is all of your Land of Wano type characters that have no counter have a plus 1000 counter according to the rules, and Don ×1 when attacking. If you have a 5 cost or higher Land of Wano character on the field, your leader will get plus 1000 until the start of your next turn. So if you have 1 Don attached and a 5-drop or higher Wano character, that can turn into a 7k swing, and then you are a 6k base leader until the start of your next turn. So just very good aggression and defense. Alright, so let's go ahead and go over that deck list that we used. First up, we have got 4 of the Searcher Momonosuke's. Just a great staple Wano Searcher. Don, 1 Don, activate main, rest a Don, search top 5 for any Land of Wano type card, add it to your hand. Just great, helps you search for any of your key pieces that we need for this deck to really start running, and just a great card overall. Next up, we have got 4 of the Kozuki Hiyori's. And activate main, play up to 1 of your 5 cost or lower Land of Wano characters besides Hiyori from hand, and then draw 1 card. So this lets us cheat out any of our 5 drops we want and replaces itself by drawing that card. Just great. If we're going second, that's the ideal curve. We could do Momo into Hiyori, then we can start cheating out these 5 drops. Next up, we have got 4 of the Dingeros. A nice 5-drop 7k, Don ×1 when attacking. If your leader is Kozuki Oden, set up to 2 of your Don cards as active. So this just lets us go ahead and start swinging in the late game, letting us reuse stand Don. Kind of like Cavendish does for Bonnie or any other Supernova leader, Dingero does as well, with just some extra work behind. But it can really pay off. Next up, we have got the 5-drop Izo. On play, give up to 1 of your rested Don cards to your leader or character, and on opponent's attack, once per turn, trash 1 card from your hand. If your leader has the Land of Wano or Whitebeard Pirates type, give up to 1 of your opponent's leader or characters minus 2000 for the turn. So, just a great effect. If we get Hiyori and Izo, it lets us start cheating out our leader effect early, and that on opponent's attack to minus 2000 is a great defensive tool. It makes your opponents really think of how they want to play out their turn. If they want to, instead of playing out a body, if they want to swing into you, or if they want to play out a body instead of swinging, letting you save resources and defense. Next up, we have got our big EB02 buff that Oden very much benefited from. The 6-drop 7k Yamato. And their ability is activate main. If your leader has the Land of Wano type or is Portgas D Ace, give up to 1 of your rested Don to leader, and this character gains rush. Very great card. You can play it on curve, lets you get your effect out every turn as long as you're playing stuff out and they can stick to the board. Stat line makes it difficult for black decks to remove, so it can be a bit sticky, as well as yellow. And the activate main is very helpful in the matchups like Blackbeard because it's not on play and we can just keep doing it every turn. And they can't finger pistol it or anything like that. They have to do a little extra work to get rid of it. Alright. Next up, we have got 3 of the 7-drop Bonnies from EB02. This was a weird card. I wasn't sure about it, but after playing with it a bit and looking at the different ways it could be used, I definitely see the value in it. So the effect reads as up to 1 of your opponent's characters will not become active during your opponent's next refresh phase. and at the end of your turn, restand 1 Dawn. So it is a very good effect. It doesn't seem useful on paper, but after playtesting with a bit, it was able to shut down some very big swings I needed to stop to keep some aggression off of me so I can recuperate and be ready for the clapback. So if they're in a now, drop their new 10 drop a now that can heal when attacking. The body makes it so they stay rested and so they can't heal again next turn. And restanding the Dawn just makes it so we can save a Dawn for our events. Next up, everyone knows this card, the good old classic Hody Jones. 7 drop 8k. On play, rest up to a total of 2 of your opponent's Dawn or character cards. Then add a card from the top of your life to your hand. So very good for closing out games, especially against decks like Green Purple Luffy, where it can rest Dawn just to shut them down from doing Gum Gum Giants. Very good closer, very good just aggressive character. Next up, we have got 3 of the OP07 Monkey D. Dragon, 8 drop 9k, rush, on play, give up to a total of 2 of your rested Dawn to your leader or your characters. So it can just help us start getting bigger swings so we can start doing 9Ks with our 5 drops or Yamato. If we do it on Dendro, that's a 9K, restanding 2, giving us more Dawn to put on the leader. Or if we have Yamato, just stacking. If we're able to keep the board a certain way, there's lots of crazy potential and aggression that we can start pumping out in late game, especially if the opponent cannot clear our board or take care of it properly. Next up, we have got 4 of the 9 drop Edward Newgates. It is a good 9 drop 10k. Up to 1 of your leaders gains 2,000 power, and you may not add life cards by your own effects for the turn, which that effect only applies to Whitebeard. But it is very good in Oden because that can make him a 7k base, and if we get leader ability off as well, swinging, that can make us an 8k base leader until the start of our next turn. So it makes your opponent really have to work. If they don't have big bodies, they might have to start attaching Dawn, trying to swing, or not even swing at all, just to establish more of a board, giving us more time. And the Dawn times 2, when attacking effect, KO a character with 3,000 power or less. That can just help you close out games as well, knocking out chump blockers, and just being a big swing at 12k with that effect. Alright, so let's move on to our 2ks. We have got 2 Izos here. A 3 drop 3k, on play, rest up to 1 of your opponent's characters with a cost of 4 or less. It is there just for the 2k power, or just to rest a blocker if we need to close out a game or get rid of a very pesky body. Next up, we've got 4 of the 1 drop Otamas from OP07. Very great 2k. It can also be a searcher alongside Momonosuke, but Otama can only search for green Land of Wano cards. So the downside of that would be we would not be able to hit this Izo or this Yamato. So those would be 2 key pieces that Otama could potentially bottom deck. So you have to choose, depending on hand and your board state, of should I do this or not. Right, another 2k we've got here is 4 of the 5 drop Yamatos from EB01. And this card is mainly used as a 2k, but if we have no 5 drops on board and we want to start doing leader effect fast, we can also play this out from the Hiyori. The activate main ability is give up to 1 rested Dawn to your leader or 1 of your characters. So just a 5 drop 5k, 2,000 power, could help us start cheating out leader ability, but only if we need to. Alright. So I mentioned we were using some events in this deck, so let's go ahead and get into those. We have got 4 of the OP01 Radical Beams. Great counter event. It's a 1 drop, 2,000 power counter, but if you have 2 or less life, it is a plus 4,000 counter. So in the late game, if we're being super defensive, we got a big hand, and we're trying to bait out swings or protect our more impactful bodies. We can save Dawn for radical beams, which Dendro and Bonnie can also help with. And just start saving those for counter. Finally, we have got 3 of the Paradise Waterfall. It is a 1 cost plus 2,000 power counter event. You can do plus 2k to one of your leader or characters. And then you can also restand any of your characters that's active. So it's just a nice cheap counter, and if an opponent is trying to, like say Green Purple Luffy is trying to Electrical Luna your board to stop you from getting more swings out, or if someone's trying to Gamma Knife or kill one of your bigger bodies by reducing the power, you could do Paradise Waterfall and counter out to save it and restand it so no more swings can go into it, protecting the board. So just great counter events, very good. Definitely I like to save those for my mid to late game, depending on how the game is turning. And my game plan was always just to take life very aggressively and usually swing big into their life. I never worried about board too much unless I was able to pressure it a lot. Because typically, swinging 7 at someone, that's always asking for 2 cards. And it can always just whittle down their resources and the value of their plays in the future and cause them to not be able to defend as easily against our much bigger swings or impactful plays. So that is my EB02 Red-Green Oden deck list. Overall, very fun deck. I enjoyed this leader very much when he first released back in EB01. The Yamato and Bonnie was very helpful with EB02. Do I think he could still have a chance in the OP11 meta with blue-purple Luffy running around? I would say there's a chance. It's a good deck at your local scene. I would say it is good for your local scene, but I would definitely say it could have a chance to do well at a regionals. Maybe top 128 or something like that. If you're a very skilled pilot, you know your matchups very well, and you just know exactly what to do, you could do very well. But the place where this deck falls is definitely removal. So if you're going against black decks or yellow decks or red control decks or blue, and they have all the removal they need, your leader ability can be shut off very quickly by them getting rid of your most important bodies on the board. But if they don't see their removal or they don't have any at all, this deck can be very overwhelming very quickly, and it can definitely take a win home if your opponent does not know what to do next. So great deck. Definitely gonna keep it built for now. Keep it on the sidelines for a moment though. I'm definitely gonna be testing out blue-purple Luffy and the blue-yellow Nami. I'm excited to see how those runs go. I'm hoping to be able to record more games with this format since it is much longer and definitely going to have more time to practice and test. But I'm looking forward to this. So if you guys made it this far, let me know what you think of the video, what can be improved. This is another impromptu, no script or anything video, kind of like my BOA deck list, but definitely give me your thoughts and impressions, what you guys think of the deck list, what you think of the OP11 meta, what you may be playing, and yeah, just let me know. I'm always happy to discuss and give you guys tips, tricks, or if you guys are just wanting to chat, shop, or anything like that. Just leave a comment down below, and I look forward to hearing from you guys. All right, this has been Isabella Rue. Peace.